Alright, stream starts now. It's a bit late to getting started because I forgot that I scheduled a stream and I decided to cook muffins instead. Fortunately, I remembered in time. I will have to actually use my intermission screen for the first time so that I can go take them out of the oven in a few minutes. That's good. Alright, so let's get on to detailing her clothes. Alright, so we can see... Let's see. I can move this onto a new layer. See, this can be Kudo's body. Okay. First things first, I need to get the outlines down, so she does have her neck showing through the hood. Yeah. Her hair's a bit closer in on this, I guess. And it does not show coming out of the hood, but her shoulders come out the side. So like this. It's very puffy at the shoulders. It moves up. So, let's see, let's hide the... Oh, where's my mouse cursor gone to? There we are. So I'm going to... Yes, reduce the visibility of that. Okay, so then... Oh. I want the visibility reduced, but I also want to get rid of that line that I made because it's too sloped. Oh. There we go. Alright then. I'm going to get the V in first for the sweater. Okay, and the sweater goes underneath the hat, so I guess it'll be fairly tight on her neck, like that. And then comes out from the side there, like that. Yes. Alright. Okay, and then I can have it curve back in from there. And then we have the arms coming out from underneath that. Good, good, good. Alright. It's very puffy, so the sleeves will be hanging a bit, so sort of this angle almost flat, maybe even a bit obtuse. See, it's going to fold back over itself. And the fold comes up like that. Right, and it will have to be falling back slightly so that you can see the hands. Along the arms, and it's a very baggy sort of sweatshirt, so I want to widen all of the proportions. I'm Also gonna want to round the edges. No, that doesn't look quite right. I think the angle might need to be lower. Let's see, if I put my arm to the side of my head, the angle that it comes out at is nearly flat. The elbow, yes, I think I'm gonna want to change the angle that the arm comes out at, perhaps. So more flat like this. And then the arm comes up like that. And her hand is going to be in front of her ears so that it's not at the back of her head. Because this wants to be a more holding the face sort of look rather than reclining. Okay. And then hand can be here. No, that's too wide. No. It's a bit more accurate. That's sort of what I want it to look like. Alright. And then the sleeve is wider. And it also curves a bit. Like this. And then I guess I want sort of realistic fabric bunching here at the end. So when it meets up with the rest of her jacket, it's going to deform the fabric a little bit. Just want to try something. No. 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 I was trying to see if... Oh. That's an interesting application. I wanted to see if there was a way to scroll down the mouse size so I didn't have to go and select a smaller brush. Yeah, sort of like this. You can make the arm a bit wider there because this is jacket, not arm. There we go. That's a bit better. And we're gonna want to smooth out that curve as well. Right, and now, as far as I can remember what it would look like, it sort of bunches out like this. That's sort of what it would look like. I don't know. I'm no artist, but that seems about accurate. Right, and I can widen that area there by a few pixels. There we go. If there was any time to learn how to use copy and paste, now would be it. Get rid of that errant line there. Right. Oh, I don't even have to draw thumbs. This is the back angle of her hand. Oh. How fortunate. Alright. Well. Time to get started on the arduous process of drawing the other arm now. So then, it's not going to be following the line, it's going to be flatter. here. Yeah, it's looking a bit better. And the hand. To arm. Oh. There we go. That's a bit better. Thicken the arm a little. Get the sleeve. There we go. Okay, now time to get rid of the interior lines. Get everything cleaned up. I'll go over and redarken those lines as well. That. Okay, gotta get even more spot detail in here. Okay, soften the curve. Draw in fabric lines. Shrink that elbow down a bit. That's a bit too much. No, that's a bit too little. There we go, that's a bit better. This lower portion of the arm is going to want to connect around here, I think. That's about equidistant on the other side. Okay. Reconnect these lines. There we go. It's looking better. Also, not having the hands match heights is probably a good thing as well. Makes it look a bit better, I feel like. Okay, and then it's just a straight line down to this. I want it to puff out a bit more because it's supposed to resemble a rain jacket. I'm presuming. I don't know for sure. But that's just what it sort of evokes, to me at least. There we go. Oh man. I love that Gura has such simple clothes. It's so easy to draw her. Alright, and now getting the stitching in the mouth. Could be a bit wider, especially on the base. Like that. Yeah, that's good. Okay, now time to get the detailing. Fish bones, full ties. I'm amazed that she doesn't have her jacket hanging over one shoulder like every other VTuber. Fish bones. just some lines across it. Is there no eye dot on it? Can't tell. Picture's not high enough resolution. It sort of almost looks like an arrow. I think it reminds me of a zodiac sign, although I'm not sure which one. Okay. So then. I guess pockets are next. See, what does the top of the pockets look like? Those are very weird pockets. Those are sort of flaps that come out and cover them. It's not actually that there is not the interior of the pocket. It actually has the interior there. Okay. I've always thought her pockets looked strange. I guess I've just never looked quite closely enough at them. It's sort of that general shape. Okay, it's softer at the bottom. No hard edges. Just sort of comes back up. Now we can get that shape there. Comes back up over. Stitching out the pocket. Little dot there. Okay. These are very low detail pockets. Alright, I'm just going to sort of copy my own work here. Try not to make it look obvious. There we go. And this one has a little fish on it. There we go. Sort of like that. Close enough. Let's just get the shading lines in. I guess I'll just grab the color of that since they aren't black dots, they're colored. There we go. That sort of effect. I can smell the muffins right now, so I'm going to go deal with that. I'll pull out onto the little picture. I can do this as well. I've learned some hotkeys. Alright. Well, I am going to take a short intermission. Alright. So, I just finished cooking my muffins. Also eating some of them. They are, is it blueberry and cranberry flavored. Very good. I will post a picture of them to Ina's food tag, because I am a parasite who preys on larger VTubers for popularity. Oh, my cat just jumped up onto my table. Let me get him over to his cat bed. That way he won't interfere with anything. There's also a zipper that ostensibly doesn't close anything. Let's see. Little line of definition between the clasp and the zipper. Although perhaps it should be in a slightly darker shade of this tone instead of black. So I think I want to do this. That sort of makes sense. Next time I do art, I'm making the canvas way bigger. Four teeth on top, 5 teeth on bottom. See, where do the teeth start? Right at the corner? Just about. Alright, more teeth. And bottom teeth. It shouldn't match that corner exactly. So you do all of it? Okay, no, I think I've just made the teeth all too large, actually. Oh wow, I did those all as one. I think I made those teeth smaller. It's pretty unclear, honestly. No, they seem smaller. Can't draw in a consistent width very well. And then there's the bit of drool hanging down the side. Sort of like that. Okay, I'm not gonna do color yet. We'll save that till later. Alright, so, and she is kneeling. But you can't really... There we go. go. Do this, and then have her tail coming out the side here. Alright, and I need to make sure that it's not a whale tail. It's longer on one end. But not quite that short. Okay, I'll take the bite out of it later. Sort of comes down to a point. Okay, I was gonna say I made her tail a bit too small, but it's fairly small anyways. Three-tooth bite. Oh. That looks a bit better. Small eraser, time for pixel details. Go. And the stitching back together, so that is diagonally from here to here. Let's see, I'll get the stitches when I color it because those are in white, and I don't want to do that over a black or a white background rather. Okay, but that's Gura done. Let's bring that back. I can get rid of the sketch now. That layer can go. And now let's start erasing some extra lines. So for hat and hair, we want everything behind the hands to go. There we go. There. Okay. I think that's it for Gura. Until I do coloring. Alright then, time for the final member, Ina. Let me just get a random pose for her. Okay. Since I opened my browser, started getting notifications. Let's see. No, I don't want another sitting pose. This has a whole bunch of descriptors. Standing proudly, leaning sideways and twisting, stretching arms crossed, eyes looking down. I guess that's sort of the, when you grip each arm with the other, with the opposite, and then reach it above your head. I can try and do that. Standing, leaning, and twisting. So, sort of the same thing as Callie. Stretching, so arms above head, and then crossed. Let's see. So when I do it, I can sort of grab my wrists and have them above my head, but if I grab the forearms, they're behind my head. So I think I sort of want wrists grabbing each other so that the angle can be above the head and not behind it, because I don't want it to be too similar to anything else. Alright. That sort of pose works. Alright. I'm going to mute my mic for a bit and take a bite, since I have muffins and I haven't been eating them. Alright. Back to work. Okay then. I will copy that so that I can post it on the picture so that I have a point of reference. Do that. Let's see. Where's the midpoint around here? Yeah, there we go. A bit taller. Text is slightly too deformed like that. Okay. Alright. So she'll sort of be posed opposite to Callie. I am very obviously not going to be drawing her tentacles. I feel like that would probably kill me. Alright. Ah, yes. She has a very wide stance. Something that I always remember. It amuses me quite a lot. And we don't get to see her legs very often, but she is wearing very high platforms. There we go. Let me just save that image. how we can put it in here. So, I'm going to be pretending the tentacles don't exist. Just drawing the body. Probably should have waited to talk about her design until I actually had her image up on screen, but that's fine. Okay, so, standing proudly, leaning sideways, twisting and stretching, arms crossed, eyes looking down. Okay. So then, I'm going to start with, I guess, the head. Eyes looking down, so head can be looking upwards, or not even just upwards, but in any direction. But I guess I'll have her head sort of tilted. I think that would be a good direction. Okay, so new layer, settings. Alright. So, Ina's fairly short. Around the same height as Ame, a bit shorter, I think. So, see, a bit higher. It's hard to judge because Ame's standing on a box. Okay, but that seems about right. Ah, and she has the big fuzzy choker. So you don't really even see her neck. Alright, okay, wait, was she supposed to be leaning? She is. Okay, so she is leaning against the wall. So, let's see. Neck, shoulder, arm. Like this, and then a hand like this. Shoulder, arm, a bit tighter of an angle, arm, hand, sort of like this. Okay, this arm's gonna have to move down a bit, so slightly lower angle. This. Yeah, okay. Just get rid of the first layer of the sketch. I don't really need to clean up the sketch, but I'd like to have a better thing to work off of. So that's the hand there, and then we can have fingers coming up around on that side to show that the arm is still there, just for like a general outline. Let's see. So the direction of her head will be looking down like this. Everyone's just sort of looking at Yara. Okay, so her body will be squared towards the camera. And because she is turned, twisting, her lower body will be flat against the wall. Okay. Sort of twist here so that this is coming down to be her leg, and then there is her other leg. So let's see, there's the line of her waist. Legs. Let's see, I think the ground should be around here. So then... Oh, my speaker just turned off and it startled me. Ran out of battery, I guess. Okay. So feet will be coming out at this angle, but they're going to be up here because platform shoes. This. Like this. So maybe move the waistline up to around here. Knees are around this point. Okay, that looks good. Her body line should be probably a bit narrower, just by a bit. Alright, so sketch is done. Alright, so let's see, what first? Probably her hair. She probably has the simplest hair out of all of the members, even with its sort of odd shape. Okay, so it's at a level slightly above her eyes. Let's just zoom in a bit on the face. Okay, so it's going to be slightly falling like this. Oh, I didn't name the layer. Let's see. Layer settings, change name. Name it to her hair, right? I'm going to have another bite of muffin. Ah, very good muffins. Alright, so. I do like the angry face. feathers on her head. I'm probably not going to be including the halo in this since it would overlap a bit too much with a couple other things. Okay. Let's see. It should be falling with her baseline a bit more like that. Yeah, so that's a bit better. Okay. And for the squishy hair, sort of like this. Okay, it goes way past her face. Never mind. Further, even further. Oh yes, I should also drop down the opacity of the sketch. Okay, so it sort of goes back in narrowly, but then moves back out like that, and then narrows again near the top. Yep. And the top of her hair is smooth, and then it sort of just falls straight with no real deviation in it at all. She has very simple hair. I am not opposed to that at all. Makes my job a whole lot easier. Okay, let's sort of get this this. Okay, I think I'm gonna rotate that a little bit. Okay. It's about the best I can do. Okay, let me clean up some details where I sort of missed a couple pixels along the sides. Okay, let me just hide the sketch for a second. Okay. Yeah, I think that's about as accurate as I'll ever get it. Right, bring back the sketch. Okay. Let's see, her ear will be sort of poking out the side here. Oh, I'm still on eraser. Very suspiciously pointed ear. See, and the other ear will be hidden behind her hair on the other side. the hair will come out lower down. Branch from behind her back, and it goes past her knees. So down to around here. I wonder, does Ina have the longest hair out of any Hololive member? I think she might. Oh, and then the hair on the other side would probably be behind her. Okay. That's fine. Alright, and I'll just have it do a light curve like that. Show up behind that leg there. And then if I do this, and now I can, bigger eraser, get rid of the in-between areas. She does have, yeah, the bases of her hair is always pretty flat. Getting rid of errant lines. And then adding errant lines. There we go. That's what hair looks like, right? Little detailings in the hair. There we go. Alright. That seems about right. Let's do this as well. Connect it here. Get some more extra lines in. Alright. Okay, that's it for hair. This will be her face. Okay, so once again, outline. That seems fine. Alright, now her eyes are teardrop shaped. See, and yeah, everything from there outwards doesn't really have an outline, so further back on that. Small nose. Let's see. I think those eyes should probably be a bit bigger, actually. Let me increase the size. Yeah, that seems like it's probably a bit better. Very large pupils. She is looking downwards, so it'll sort of be like this. Slightly larger on that one. Okay, yep. And then color pick, her pupil is going to be lower because she is looking down. Or like that. Means that this pupil should be slightly further off to this side. Nope, went back to black. Sort of like that. Okay, I only need the sort of darker top shade of her eyes. Maybe not just that. Also grab the lighter shade at the bottom. Put that around the edges. The pupil's actually sort of here. Yeah, that's a bit better. Maybe a bit too far in at that point. Okay, maybe like that. And grab the lighter shade. Put that around the base of her eye. See, although it's sort of just in the middle of the base. So let me grab the more violet shade. Put that at the sides here, like this. Okay, and now I can get the blend tool and just dab a little bit. Let's reduce the size a bit. What size is it currently on? I can't tell. Oh, it's on 8.2. Let's drop it down to like 6. Alright. That's pretty well blended, so now I can just draw back in the pupils to give them more definition, which I believe was this color. Yeah. You know what? I'm just gonna make the pupils black. Oh, come on. There we go. Yeah, that sort of works. Her eyes are a lot darker than everyone else's. It's a lot harder to tell. Guess I should add a little bit of a shine. Since she does have such dark eyes. Yeah, that improves it a little bit, I think. This eye's too low down. Let me move you up, my friend. Maybe around here. Okay, yeah, that's a bit better. Okay, did it say what emotion she was feeling? Proud. So that's sort of a smug smirk. She does that fairly often. Yeah, that's sort of... self-satisfied smirk that she does whenever she makes a bad joke. Alright, let's remove the sketch. Yeah, that's about right. Right, I need to put the detailings onto her bangs because it's not just a flat line. It's very separated. There we go. Now, time to spot erase the interiors of the hair. Right, that's part of her face, not her hair. Oh well. Guess that means I won't erase the sides. Oh, even though I really want to in some cases. Alright. Parts of her hair are her face, and parts of her face are her hair. Nothing I can do about it at this point. Except there totally is. I just don't want to. Alright. That looks generally fine. Let's just get one more line in here. And in here. To break up the thicker chunks of the hair. Okay. Let's see, onto the body. So first things first, her neck is barely visible. So I'll start with the top of the neck, and then the puffy choker. Like that. Widens out. Another puffy ring there. That's a bit narrow. I won't have room for the design on the inside if I do that. See, the bottom ring does come down far lower. Okay, that looks far better. Alright, and she doesn't wear anything on her shoulders. So that means that they just come straight out of the collar. Get her arms going straight up. Okay. Okay. Fairly narrow arms. Arms sort of taper a little bit as they get closer to the wrist. Going to want to account for that. Okay, so I'm just grabbing my own arm to see what the details look like, and it's not going to be fun to draw, I can tell you that much. I'm very excited to be going back to playing games after this drawing is done. Probably widen a bit here as well. Yes, that's good, that's good. Not too narrow at the end there. There we go, that's a bit better. Alright. There we go. Okay, so now let's get the body shape correct. Okay, let's reduce the opacity of hair so that I stop confusing it for body lines. does the arm rejoin the body? If I raise my arm, clothes are a bit in the way. I'm hitting the mic too. Okay, so at the armpit, sort of does that sort of thing. Even with my arm as straight up as it'll go. So, let's see. About here is when it should happen. Let's curve that shoulder up a bit more. So, yeah, more of that sort of motion. It seems about right. Correct the line of the arm. Flow in a bit better. Okay, her arms are just too long, I think, is the issue. Shorten that. Yeah, so they shouldn't be that far above her head. Her arms are too long. That's a bit better. So then I need to do the same thing on the other side. Oops. There we go. Slightly overlaps her head here, but that's fine. Okay, so that hand is the one going underneath. And this one, let's see, so that's her right hand. Trying to think of how this pose will work. Okay, so if I do this, my grip would be like this, but right hand in front. Okay, so if the right hand is in back, or right hand is in front. If it's in front, then I need to take a picture of my hands crossing like that, but I would need another hand to do it. Right hand in front. The fingers, I'm going to obscure my face a little bit doing this. So, the hand that is in front stays in front and grabs the inside of the wrist of the other hand. So, but it grabs it from underneath. Unless, no, no, that's not a position that you can hold at all. So it has to be grabbing from over to under. So then the hand... Oh, this is an Escher nightmare right now. Okay. I need to erase arms. Okay. So. This is her right hand. Which means that her thumb is on this side because the hand is facing backwards. I think. Okay, let me get rid of the sketch real quick. Hide the sketch. So. Oh. Okay, let me... There is the famous painting of the hands clasping each other, right? Okay. Need to find an image of a right hand grabbing a left hand, though. That is a left hand, and that is a left hand. Right hands. I'm just doing Google searches right now, trying to find a good reference image. The only images that I'm finding are like people cradling their arms in pain. So not what I'm looking for. Oh well. Okay, so. They meet somehow, and somehow they grab the wrists. But it's unclear how. What a predicament. Why did I decide to do this? Oh wait, no, part of the prompt is that her hands are crossed, isn't it? Yes, arms crossed. I was gonna just have her grasping her hands together above her head. I'm resting my hand in front of my face again. I can't be doing that. Okay. Okay, maybe she just has her hands crossed above her head, and she's doing like a weird pose. I can do that. I don't have to try quite this hard. So, arm, 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 arm. Ugh. Horrifyingly thin arms. Slightly too wavy as well. Needs straighter lines. Yes, that's a bit better. And then hands. That's a left hand, right? If not, I'll just say it's backwards. I think these hands are also way too small. Ugh. These are a sketch. I'll fix them later. Haha, yeah, no, those are way too small. And also horrifyingly gross looking. Okay, bring this sketch back. Okay, back to body. Okay, so body twists. Okay, I can actually just leave there and go back down to here. Wide hips. So there's her waist. Right around here is her hips. And her legs just continue outwards. Okay, so this needs to be rotated. So I'll be seeing the wing from a side view. Or sort of side view. Maybe 45 degrees. Okay. So, I'll draw it in like that, I think. Erase. Okay, so let's follow the line of her torso. It should be something like this. So this is the direction that her pelvis is facing, and that is her hip there. That means that one leg comes down from like here. And the other leg will be slightly behind it from here. Yes, okay. Now let's hide the sketch again, see what that looks like. Okay. It's starting to maybe look cohesive. Like, Callie's looks way better though. I'm gonna have to use those things to denote her torso as she turns, so... Oh, God, they're gonna be at an angle. Okay. Let's just get her clothes in. There's the top. Oh. Sort of turning at this point to match front. So it'll be facing slightly away at this point, like that. So it's following the curve of the body. Okay. And then like this. Oh, that's not what it looks like at all. Sort of like that. That is covered up by the wings. So I'll have it curve around like this. Sort of stick out a bit. They come around the side. And then the tip of the other wing curves around like that. Or whatever. And it curves around her back there. Okay. Let's... I was gonna get rid of some extra lines, but I can't even tell what's extra at this point. Okay. Erase that wing on the far side. These are extra lines. These are lines that are behind the wing. Okay. Okay. And then feather lines like this. Is also behind. Okay. The wings do go below her skirt, so those need to be moved down a little bit. They need to be moved down a lot, actually. There, I think. I'm going to be a bit more specific with my selection process. Okay. Okay, so those can move down to around there, even. Yep, that's about right. Her legs are. Let's see, so her skirt is right here. That's where the line of her skirt is. Right in the middle of the wing. Wings connect higher. Okay, yeah, that's about right. Let's get rid of some extra lines then. So right here. Have the lines inside of the wings again. There's her waist. Okay, so let's get this detail in properly. So this is the front of her torso here. Okay, let me get these things in that are on her hips right here. So they sort of cover her hips, and how do they interact with the wings? They go right into the curve of it. So that sort of shape. Okay, I need to make the outline of her body a bit clearer on the other side. One solid line. None of this wishy-washy stuff. There we go. So on the other side of her body, it'll look like this. Okay. See, this line can move back a bit more. It's not a line that'll be staying, it's just to help me remember how her body is curved. So, goes in like this. Something to that effect? Yes. Okay. That is a curve to denote where her skirt is not. Oh, but that's also a bit lower down. So the points of it are pointing here. So it's actually down here. Like this. And like that. Sort of. Okay. So now, if I erase this turning angle, how well does it translate that her body is twisted? Not very. It'll have to do, though. Okay, let me just get the legs in, bring back the sketch. Okay, well, her knees are like here. So her shins are gonna have to come down to like here-ish. Oh. Nope. of her feet are right here, and she has very high platform shoes. Okay, so hiding the sketch, it looks like this. Perhaps her knees should be bent a little bit so that there's clearer definition as to where they are. Like this. Okay. Oh. Okay, so curve of that knee. Oh. Straight shin. Curve of the knee. Around here. Narrows. Oh, narrows a bit. Before transitioning into the shin and the leg. Okay, I'm going to hide the background layer, not delete it. Okay. Just bring the background layer back. Oh, I accidentally hid Callie's scythe as well. Why does her sketch still exist? That's odd. Okay. Background. To erase the part of the background that is being covered by Ina's body. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing for Ame's box. Hide the parts, or erase the parts that are behind people. After this, I'm going to call it, Scythe should be in front of Callie. There is a problem here. Wait, no. Callie's scythe should be in front of her body, but behind her skin. Like that. There we go. Okay. This a little bit. Need to include her name. I forgot to. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Checkbox. Alright. Oh. Okay, I'm just going to save this as is. Do not save that. Okay. And his torso is longer than her legs. That shouldn't be the case. Right. Well, I'm going to end that here for today. So I'm going to save. I'm actually going to post this as a work in progress. But I'll do that afterwards. So for now, I'm just going to end the stream. I didn't even, I'm very bad at looking at the chat. But thanks for commenting on this for me, for you. Glad you can relate to my drawing skills. Yeah, 'cause, I'm having fun, at least. But, yeah, thanks. Hope you enjoy your life.